Alright, here we go with this one. This one, it's been setting for a long time. I could have swore I'd been going through the shed, found this one. It's obviously been setting a long time. You can tell just by like all the, if you can see it, all this dirt and crap on it. But I went back through the videos and I couldn't find one. I found one that was similar to this one that we was using for parts roughly about 4 years ago, and it looked like this one, but it didn't at the same time. And this one's pretty complete, and it was definitely setting to where, if I can get it up there, it was definitely getting some rain catching it. It was sitting by the door, sitting by the door of the shed. Get where you can see all the dirt. You can see where it was getting, beat on by the weather. Now the bad part is it was setting with no spark plug in it, and went to turn it over yesterday and it was like really stiff. So we put some 5W30 down in it, just a cap full of motor oil, put it down in there, let it set for a little bit, and then started cranking on it real easy. But now it's turning over pretty smooth. Feels like it's kind of has compression on it. It's rough to turn over, but threw a spark plug, checked it for fire. It's getting fire, but put the plug in it and pull it, and it's like really hard to turn over. So I don't know, this one this one might be shocked. This is actually an old trimmer. It's from 1996, and it's old Craftsman. But so I'm going to try, but there's quite a bit of oil that we put down in it. I mean, I know a cap full doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about a small cylinder, that is, it can make a difference. So what I'm going to do is yank the back cover off and try to get to the muffler and everything, and see if we can try to get to the cylinder to get some of the excess oil and stuff out of it, and try to give it the best wipe down that we can, and inspect the fuel lines, see if it even has fuel lines. And I don't know, this might be a waste of time, but we'll give it a shot. So I'm going to dig into it, get the plastics off the back and the side, and see what we got. And I can tell you why it's not wanting to turn over. This one I highly doubt we had this one running. Let's see if I can get it in there so you guys can see it. That's where you access your crank assembly. It's picking it up. There's water in it. So I'm going to tilt this up. If you watch down here, you'll be able to see liquid come out. It looks like a milkshake. So yeah, she's rough. So this one, I don't know if we'll be able to get it started or not. Get it down there where you can see it. You can see the liquid down here. This is what just came out of it. Right here. Oil water mix. And then give you a better shot. You can see inside the crankcase a little bit better now. I mean, it's rough. I mean, it turns over, but you can kind of see the corrosion in there. If I can get some of that out to show you guys. If you can see it on my finger or not, but zoom out and you can. I mean, it's pretty gritty. So I don't know, I'll do what I can to try to get that cleaned out. So that cylinder is definitely going to, before we can do anything, it's going to have to be cleaned out. And of course there's no fuel lines on it. There's our tank. Lines are snapped off. There's no lines on the carb. It has a fuel filter in it. Get that to come out. And busted line falling out. There it is. That thing. It's not looking promising, but you see my goofy silly videos, so I'm not one to give up. So carburetor, is it moving? Yeah, the carburetor's still moving. Get all the crap off of it. I hit it with some lube to free the cable and stuff up a little bit, but the main thing is I got to get this back half of the cylinder cleared, or the lower half of the cylinder. That's all got to come out before we can do anything, but it was able to turn over good enough. I waited until it got dark last night and hooked the plug into the plug wire, and it cranked over enough to see some sparks. So we're definitely getting sparks. If it's getting spark, if we can get it to spin, free up, spin enough, maybe we can get it to bark off. I don't know. Because even on the crank assembly right here, I mean, it's got, you can tell where it was setting for a long time with water in it. I mean, it's got buildup in it bad, so I don't know. It may not have compression. It might have compression in it currently because I put, you know, engine oil on the top of the piston and got down in there, so that might be why it has compression. So we get all the oil out of the cylinder, out of the bottom. This thing may not even have compression. So I'm going to start getting everything cleaned up, and then we'll fire it back up and see what we got. Alright, so we went ahead, bit the bullet, just went ahead and disassembled everything. So I was a little leery of it because I don't want to have to drop any money in this thing. And so went ahead and took the head off. You guys probably can't see down in there, but this thing is just like packed full of grime. Just have to get the head cleaned out. You can kind of see where's the top of the piston. If it comes, if you can see it on the camera, it's all gritty. Feels like it's got sand on it. Side of the pistons are the same way. It's not like, see if we can wipe it off, but the piston sleeves and stuff, they don't look like terribly beat up. I mean, they're actually relatively pretty decent. I mean, even the top of the piston, I mean, you can tell it's been used and, you know, kind of hung out to dry, but everything's still relatively decent shape. There's no deep grooves and gouges and scratches and, you know, all that good hoopla. So we should be alright with the piston and the ring. Now the cylinder head, wish you guys could see down in there, but it's kind of the same shape. It's not, you can't feel any like deep gouges or anything down in there. It's like it just needs like a good cleaning. And what else we got? The carb, usual, kind of beat to death, filthy, but I'll check it and take the bottom off, make sure the diaphragm's working, the seats, the needle's not froze, screen's not clogged. But I don't have a whole lot of hope for this thing. But here's the muffler. It's like a three-piece design. It's the same way. I mean, it's definitely been used and abused. You can kind of see the buildup on it. Here's the one side. This piece just sets in here. That just sets over it, and that's what hooks to the side of the head. But I mean, it's not god-awful shape. I mean, I'll scrape all that crap out of it. I'm not going to go too extreme on it because we honestly don't even know if it runs. So you can still see the cover for the crankcase. You can see all the water and everything on it, from where it's moisture, from where it's been setting and rained on. And what got it was sitting there with no plug setting in it. I'm surprised it's not like totally trashed. But so I'll get to cleaning it all up, and we'll throw it back together and see if it'll turn over. Be nice if it turned over enough to start, but what I'm going to do, so the plan is to clean this stuff up, reassemble it, which it all goes back together really easy. Just make sure the pin for your crank is up, and your piston rod assembly just slides onto that pin. Easy to do. I know some people they'll put the piston inside the head first, then slowly drop it down. But to each their own. But it's going to take a lot of cleaning, so I'm going to get all this cleaned up the best I can, start reassembly, and as long as it turns over smooth, maybe it'll start, maybe it won't. I ain't got a lot of faith in it, but I'll do the best I can. Alright, reassembled. but it's not looking promising. A lot of it cleaned up. I didn't put the new fuel lines on. I didn't want to waste them in case it didn't run. It's one of those deals where it turns over smooth without the plug in it. But yeah, it's kind of iffy. Maybe if it get it to start, it'll free up a little bit. Now the piston and the bearing, or the piston rod with the bearings on it, I will sleeve up a little bit, and the bearings, so they got lubricant on them inside the cylinder there. So see if we get some gas, and try priming it. See if we can get it to hit at all. But I'm saying this thing's got some years on it. It's obviously been sitting for a really, really long time. Oh, let's give her another shot. So it's actually trying to run. That's a plus. So I may end up having to put fuel lines on it and see what happens. A little bit more gas in, and we'll try again. Never know, it could be a runner, I guess. I did forget though, I was wanting to oil that coil up, the return coil, and I had it apart and forgot all about it. Yeah, so it's wanting to run, so what we'll do is I'll go ahead and go get the fuel lines, and we'll throw some fuel lines on it, see what happens. I need to make sure that, yeah, it looks like all the dirt's on the outside of that primer. So I'll go get go downstairs, get the fuel lines, we'll throw some fuel lines on it and see if it's an actual runner. Alright, it's a moment of truth. I just showed you putting the lines on, but I've got all kinds of videos out there of it, and thousands of other people do too, so it's nothing special, easy to do. And hopefully this primer is going to work. I have not tried to prime. There we go, yeah, it's working. Leaking a little bit, but it's working. Maybe that screw is just a little loose. Probably should have replaced it, but alright. Couple good pumps. Alright, let's see what we got. No luck yet. Cap's leaking a little bit. Need to switch sides here. Let's get you guys situated. It's about impossible to pull it that way. Oh, not enough arm room. Alright, let's make sure you can see. Hopefully, we got. Yep, may end up having to prime it. See if we can draw some fuel up. Yeah, the carb looked good on the inside, clean anyway. It's fighting it. Well, let's try priming it. Get a piece of line. What we got here? Give this some work. It's fun. so she'll take off. Yeah, stuff's nasty. Alright, round 2 or 3, whichever. Starting to see what else we can do here. Try a little bit of air. I got my shoulder wore out. Try putting her one more time. See what we get. See, the carb's probably not very happy. All that setting. Trying now. It's killing my shoulder. Let's try get that flat head. All right. Bottom her out. See if that helps. Get my little can. Last one got broke. Put fuel in to prime this 2-cycle stuff. God. Keep it out of your mouth. Dang. Trying. Give it that. Come on. It's amazing it's even trying to start. Definitely have some carb issues without a doubt. Something's plugged. It's not letting it. Primer's definitely not working, so we're probably not getting a fuel flow. At least that's how it seems. Yeah, it's just running out of fuel is all it is. Trying to see, make sure I'm not ignorant. Hook the fuel line up wrong, then I'd really feel really stupid. No, it's hooked up right. All right. So we got a carburetor issue. So if it wasn't for the carburetor, this thing would run great. Yeah, right. Not getting fuel. Ugh, God, that stuff's nasty. I want to keep using that. It's like using starting fluid. You burn your trimmer up. So there you have it. It does kind of run, but what do I do with the screwdriver? I can look real quick and take a peek, see what we got going on here. Without a doubt, it needs a carb because I checked it. The screen looked good. Took the bottom off. Diaphragm looked good, but I did not take the diaphragm off, so maybe it's the needle in there. Maybe it's stuck. So I was afraid of breaking gasket because I didn't have a gasket to replace it. Yeah, we're definitely getting fuel on the top, so my guess is a bottom end issue. The needle's not seating, or it's stuck, not wanting to open up. It should sound more like it since it's not getting starving for fuel. It's not getting any, so odds are that needle's stuck shut. It's a pretty common carburetor, so if you wanted to, you could technically get a replacement for it. Maybe someday, but not today. I can't get down into it. I'll try it one more time. See what we get. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that, it'd run. Oh, God. Come on. Trying. It's trying to pull now. I think. Alright, let's try this. Might have fixed itself. Cut her off on the airflow. A little bit of air. Killing my shoulder. Thought we almost had it there for a second. I'll try it again. Crazy dog over there chasing squirrels. I'm thinking now at this point that the needle's stuck. Come on. Yeah. So there you go. Here you have it. If it wasn't for the carburetor, it would be a runner. So, it's mainly complete. I think the only thing it's missing, I have the piece that goes, what do I do with it? Here it is. This part that goes over the carburetor, but it is missing the actual cover that holds the filter. I don't know if I'd have to look. I don't know if I still got any of these styles. I got rid of a bunch of stuff when we was trying to move, so I don't know if I still have a cover that fit that or not. I'd have to look, but honestly I think it would run. I think the needle's stuck in the carburetor. This trimmer's pretty old. I mean, it's wanting to run, I'll give it that. considering it's what, 22 years old. I don't know, 20 years. What is it, 96? So yeah, she's got some years on her. The be what, 22, 20? Hell, I don't know. Anyway, it's ancient. Too tired to be doing math, but it's ancient. But I don't want to keep dragging it out. But it's carburetor issue. About positive the needle's stuck on it. If it wasn't for that, it would run, and you could be able to trim with it. But I don't know, maybe at some point if I get bored, I'll yank the carburetor back off of it, try to free it up. I'm pretty sure I got a couple of these styles down in the basement, so it's a possibility I might have the stuff to fix it. I don't know, but there you go. If it wasn't for the carburetor, we'd have a winner. And thanks for watching, and thanks to the new subscribers. It's always appreciated. And comments, starting to get some more comments off and on. I appreciate that. Helps the channel out. The likes help the channel out. People that take the time to watch the ads that pop up, that helps the channel out. We're finally starting to grow, and I definitely appreciate that. And I'll quit dragging it out because I'm definitely a talker. And thanks for watching. I wish it had been a better outcome. Maybe sometime in the future we'll get to messing with it. I don't know. But I'll catch you at the next one, which will be a couple days. Got a home light I'm working on. I had to order a carburetor for, so I'll catch you at that video, guys. Thanks for watching.